Hey everyone, I wanted to introduce you all into a brand new concept that I have now on my homepage. As you can see over here, there. Yeah, this is horrible every time I point in the wrong direction. Now I got it. Anyway, I got a brand new function, call to action buttons on my homepage, and as you can see, there are two of them to sign the petition, which is, of course, would be absolutely amazing if all of you could go over there and sign it. We already got 73 signatures. And there's lots of links and stuff like that and stuff to read. And I will, of course, be updating this. But I want to call your attention to something a little bit more fun. And that is here, I have now The Monsters That Kiss You Goodnight, a PDF in both German and English for every single that you download off my website. And the reason I'm doing that is, first of all, to generate traffic. And the second reason I'm doing this is because I am uploading all of my music now to Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, and whatever. So I figure if I'm going to get ripped off anyway and make no money for all the hundreds and hundreds of hours of work I put into my books and music, I might as well at least have people come to my website, right? So anyway, you can go over here, and then basically you can click on free book with single, and then you can choose any one of these songs or all of them. And when you click on download single or download track, you can, of course, you can buy it if you want, but you could technically just do this. If you basically be like, screw you, Phil, I'm not paying a damn cent for any of your nonsense. And then when you click on continue, you can click on the download an MP3. And I've already done this, but then basically on your email account, you will get a link like this that you can click download to MP3. And then up here, of course, with your downloads, it'll show up as a folder. And now the folder, here, I will bring this here over. The folder will look like this, and you can double click it, and then you'll have the album picture, like that. Have the album picture for free. You have the MP3 that you can click on and play. And then, of course, you also have this. And now this is the fun thing. If you click on this, it opens a PDF. And it's the book in both English and German. So the whole book is in English. And then if you scroll all the way down for the German readers, then you'll at some point you will get to the German section. No. This one apparently is just in English for some reason, but I guess I have to see why that is. Anyway, but technically on all the songs there should be the PDF in English, and if you scroll down in German, maybe that particular single for some reason has the old PDF that's just in English, but I will update that today anyway. And that's the some of the news. The other news is that I will be completely getting rid of all my guitar collection, some of my synthesizers and everything like that, because I'm going to fund myself an apprenticeship to become a male nurse, because that's one of the only jobs in Switzerland at my age that you can still get. That's not like, hard work on a construction, or, moving pallets around and doing, box lifting and everything. And I am starting to slowly suffer from arthritis in one of my knees and also my shoulders, from doing heavy lifting most of my life. And when I had my own moving company, I was even like carrying pianos that were weighing in excess of 200 kilos up and down stairs. So yeah, my body is not what it used to be anymore. And I'm also asthmatic, so for me, becoming a male nurse is a cool idea. It's going to cost me quite a bit of money actually. So in order to do that, I'm going to be selling off my guitar collection, because I need to somehow raise the funds, and I'm not selling any books, I'm not selling any albums, which is kind of sad, but it's the way of the world, that I guess nowadays everything is just so cheap and for free that people kind of forget that behind every song is, dozens, if not hundreds of hours of composition, dollars of equipment, investment, time. And it's the same for writing too, even this book, which is only 200 pages, It's about a third of the size that I made The Monsters That Kiss You Goodnight, the original one. And the reason I made a small book the second time around is basically because of exactly that reason. Because I I realized that if I write a book that's 600 pages and I try to sell it for $30, everyone is like, oh, that's too expensive. But if you factor in the printing costs, and I also need to make some kind of money, of the $30, I maybe only see $10, right? But if I sell a smaller book, which is also, just as fun to read, for let's say, $15, I still make $10. So for me, it makes more sense actually to make smaller things. And that's also why now I sell singles and not albums anymore, for exactly that reason, because a single costs $1 on Amazon or Apple Music or whatever. But an album of like 12 or 14 songs doesn't cost $14. It costs like 7. So basically, I'm ripping myself off $6 every time, and that's why now, when you go onto YouTube Music or whatever, I will never ever again in my life be uploading albums anymore. I will be uploading single, and every single will have a nice art piece that is drawn by yours truly. And so that is that. I have now 4 singles on all the major distributors all around the world. Organic Matter Production Line, Little Black Sheep, a cover I did from Chris Ray, and what's the other one? Ah, yeah, of course, The Plagiarist. So here are the singles. So Little Black Sheep, Organic Matter, Road to Hell, and Plagiarist. And you can listen to these songs also entirely for free on my website as well. So, and you can download them as well. And honestly, I prefer if you go to my website, because at least like that, I know that all this effort is actually being of some use to somebody out there in the world. And why am I holding this book? Well, here's the thing. I realized that it's almost impossible to generate sales nowadays, because, I mean, even all of you lovely folks out there who are watching this video, if every single person that you followed on YouTube asked you for $5 or $10, you guys would be broke, right? So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to do a live reading of my book, The Monsters That Walk With Me. I'm going to read about half an hour every day, and then I'm going to tell you the actual story behind the book. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about why I started writing, what the chapter was about, things that were surrounding the chapter, go into more detail and stuff like that. And I'm going to try to do this a couple times a week. And I'm going to post a link in the description for Buy Me a Coffee. So if you like what I do and you want to support me, then by all means, please, 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 go onto my website, buy a single for $1 or $2. You can get the whole manuscript of The Monsters That Kiss You Goodnight. And I will also be uploading something similar for The Monsters That Walk With Me. I sadly cannot just give away print copies, because Amazon prints them. And actually, this is kind of fucked up, but because I live in Switzerland, I have to pay the full price of the book, minus, of course, the tantimen that I get afterwards from the sale. But that usually gets paid out like a couple months later. So, like, if I want to buy a book to read live to you guys, I have to pay the full price on Amazon and, and have it sent here. And at the moment, I am kind of broke. And I actually did want to start first with The Monsters That Kiss You Goodnight, because that is like kind of where the story begins in my childhood. But then I also realized that, that basically this book here, there's only like one spoiler in it from the first book. One of the characters from the first book that Tommy's thinking of, gets in this book right at the beginning. But other than that, because it's kind of chronological, and this one also has no mention of like child abuse or, CSA and all of that. So probably to actually do an advertising campaign on Google Ads and YouTube, this video will probably be accepted. And that's the whole point, that CSA is such an awful topic that they won't even let you do fundraising. They won't even let you do speak. It's just completely shut down. So in order to raise awareness for these horrible topics, you basically have to like constantly dance around the topic all the time. So that's why I'm like showing you where you can find the petition and where you can find the books. And I'm talking about books that don't actively have that in the description or whatever, in the hopes that Google Ads will finally run one of these videos of mine. And that's it for me basically for today. If you like what I'm doing, please write me in the comments. If you want to sponsor a book so that I can read my own book live to you guys, the book would cost $30. I'm going to paste a link to buy me a coffee. If one of you out there want to like sponsor $5 or $10 or even buy me the book so I can read it, that would be great. And if we get enough followers going and enough donations, the book that I use to read live, I will sign. And then I will send one of you lovely people that a signed copy worldwide. We'll figure out how we do it, where, when, how. Maybe, I guess the person that sponsors the book will get the book once I finish reading it, if they're willing to pay the shipping to wherever they live. All right, so that's it for me. I think that's a good idea, actually. So if you sponsor me the book so I can read it live to you guys on YouTube, once I'm finished with it, I will sign it personally, address it to whoever you are with whatever you want written in it. And then if you pay the additional shipping cost, I'll send it back to you. All right, that's it for me. Bye for now.